Live from Los Angeles, welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessica Moyer. This is Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right, it's hashtag Wealth Wednesday. We're going to talk about how to keep the faith in difficult times, and we have a house full of incredible, inspiring stories of people overcoming the struggles. The struggle is real, I'm going to tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Just make it look good. That's all I say. I am a pretty hot mess, right? But you got to have high hopes for a living.
Just so you
Thank
know.
you. Yes. Special shout out. Our guest yesterday, Lise and Suzanne, gave us these. They are upcycled art from Yulu 42. So thank you so much for that.
So
beautiful.
Thank you so much. So I'd love to welcome to the show our array of very, very special guests today on Wealth Wednesday. These people have hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yay, that was one of the best
That was
callbacks
good.
we've had yet. Wow, well, I just want to say thank you all so much for spending your morning with us, for sharing your time, your talent, your energy. If you could just say your name real quick and how you start your day.
I'll go first. I'm Erin Jones.
Erin Jones! Erin Jones, what is your morning routine?
Sorry. Oh, yeah. So my morning routine is I wake up and I start focusing on everything that has to do with my mind, my body, my soul, increasing my serotonin. So I'm just like doing some push-ups, not for the actual workout, but to actual do the push-ups just so I can feel better about myself. And I have a nice protein shake. I start praying, I start meditating, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I love your slightly crooked nose. I love your hair. I love your freckles. And I start saying I love myself, and I fill myself up with so much love and affirmation that I don't speak to another human being until I can overflow myself. And anytime I go on Instagram or Facebook or social media or even speak to people in person, they're receiving from the overflow of absolute love, peace, gratitude and joy that I give to myself first.
I'm feeling the overflow, right?
Yes, it's like a rain cloud.
He's got into
Shows our
time.
word.
It's a Good Morning La La Land.
Wow.
honey,
Do I have to follow up after that one?
Yes, you do.
Because I just drink coffee. Is that?
Well, I mean,
Same thing.
Exactly.
My name is Peter Wang. My morning routine is usually just to wake up, do a couple push-ups, like Erin here. But I try to remind myself that my everyday is for one purpose, which is my family. So I'm usually up before my wife and kids, so I always make sure I kiss them and then make my coffee. I love myself. I just don't tell myself that all the time, but I'm gonna try to learn to do that.
Too.
I love you too, bro. But that's pretty much it. I'm a pretty simple guy like that, and then I get to work. So.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I gotta follow both of you. My name is Dr. Jessica Nuhavandi, and my morning routine is just as soon as I get up, I turn on the music, and I, try to get in a good mood for the day.
I'm David Johnson, and my morning routine is I wake up and I spend some time with my 5 and my 2-year-old. That's why I'm living. And after I spend a little bit of time with them, I meditate, I do a plank, I make a shake. I walk to work, and then I finally turn my phone on to see what's out there. Because
Rumor has it he is a Beverly Hills dad on a mission.
Oh.
You'll find out more about his mission later in the show.
How about you, Erin?
Hello everyone, my name is Erin Patton. When I start my morning, very similarly to my colleagues here, I do a middle meditation. I have a fruit or a vegetable smoothie. I try not to check my phone because I know that's usually my first impulse when I wake up is to check my phone and look for emails or text messages or the last Instagram comment. But I really try to quiet my mind and fill myself up and be positive and grateful before I start my day.
Totally. Hi guys, I'm Willis Marshall, and like Erin, I wake up on the right side of the bed a lot of times, and I just say thank you. First thing in the morning, I say thank you to the Creator. I do a lot of stretching in the morning. I stretch, and next thing I do is go get my smoothie. Honestly, I go get my smoothie. Sometimes I meditate on the commode. Hey, but at the same time, it's one of those things where I have a peaceful state of mind before I walk out and attack the day. But it does a lot of things for the people around me. As my colleague mentioned earlier, that good energy actually is very infectious. So I try to make sure I leave that door with that very positive energy every morning.
Fantastic.
Love it.
We consistently have the most conscious
know.
guest on the planet.
I have this visual now of somebody like having their smoothie on the toilet meditating. That's fun, you know? So awesome. So rad.
Thank you again all so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
Oh man, we are turning it up, you guys.
We are turning it up.
Big shout out for the event last night, Self-Love Lessons down at Row downtown LA. These women are incredible, and I think it's so clear that, you know, when we put the event together, we were like, well, should we do it about money? Because that's what's going to bring people, you know, or relationships. We thought, no, let's do it on self-love because love matters, right? And these women were so vulnerable, so real. And I just get that there's so many people, we all need so much healing. And, you know, during Wealth Wednesday, I just know that true wealth always has to start with healing within. There's just no question about it. So it was an honor, you guys. We packed the house with 100 people. We'll be doing it the first Tuesday of every month now downtown, so you can check it out. You can come to my email list over at drerin.tv or Love Made and get it on Eventbrite. So it's so exciting.
I just love that. So what would you say is one of the greatest things you've learned about self-love, Erin?
Ooh, that it never ends. That, you know, I think that there was a time that I had to go through really hard things like eating disorders and things like that to start doing self-love things, but I think that it is a profound thing that only happens when you really tap into the infinite place within. And once you do tap in there, I've experienced nothing but unconditional love. That doesn't mean that we don't have personalities or character flaws, but there's an unconditional love. So I think that it's just coming to that profound place.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jess? Anything that you've learned over the years?
That I need to be a lot better about that, because the only person who's really going to love me consistently day in and day out, besides my mama, is myself. And so she's all the way in Michigan. She's telling me I better do a better job of it here for myself. So like Erin said, you know, some days you think, oh, I've got this together, I've mastered it. But it's ongoing. It's an evolution.
Yeah,
Love
for
that.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what did you guys do yesterday? We had a lot going on.
I worked on saving my voice, which you can hear.
Yeah?
It's kind of, well, it's restoring itself to its natural state of health and well-being. Thank you, Louise Hay. I had affirmation years ago. But yeah, that was it for me.
I hear it a little crack in the
Well,
voice.
it's a good thing we've got Honeybee Health in the house.
I know.
Gen Access, so we'll see what we can do to get you healed up, Rob.
Absolutely love it.
Stay on the mend because it's going to be a
Jess?
busy weekend. So yesterday was the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Lansum International Music Festival. I'm so excited to be involved in this. I will be hosting the opening ceremony this Sunday.
What?
Yeah, so it's a
Dope.
really, really special event. It's fostering music for young musicians, and they're featuring world-renowned musicians, pianists, vocalists, drummers from all over the world. And they're coming to celebrate and really bring the arts here to Southern California. So we will be in El Monte this weekend, and the closing ceremony will be here in downtown LA.
Super cool. Can people buy tickets or how?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Check out my Instagram at Jeslyn for more information. We'll be sure to post a link to the tickets.
Oh, cool.
You know how I know you're so gangster, Jeslyn? Because your Instagram handle is just your name. Like,
Right? I know.
Yeah,
Who gets
it's like
that?
Madonna or Beyonce.
I'm very lucky.
It's awesome.
I'll have to again thank my mom for that one.
I love your name.
Thank you.
Such a great name.
I'm just identifying myself as the one name, Jeslyn.
That's how I know you're a boss babe, right?
So let's jump into Wealth Wednesday. So we do have a question of the day, and we want you guys to DM us, let us know. We're trying to really get more engaging, and we want to know what is going on for everyone. But the question of the day is, how do you keep the faith when you're chasing your dreams? So for example, she writes in, I'm a young, struggling entrepreneur, and I'm being challenged financially. Ooh, I've been there, yeah. What tips and tools would you recommend mentally to persevere? Ooh, that's a good, great question, right? I think that, you know, we're in the greatest shift in history really around entrepreneurship. Everyone's creating this online business, the laptop lifestyle, and it's challenging. It's you know, you have to learn a lot out there. And you know, I don't know if there's not one answer, but as far as like really mentally, I think that it is, for me, it's prayer and meditation, and just knowing that you got a base in there, and if you're in a scarcity mindset, you're going out there, it's not a good thing, because you can be doing your to-do list and hustling all day long, but if you truly are energizing it with fear, then you're energizing your subconscious, which is energizing the entire universe. So I would say the biggest thing, the biggest to-do before you do anything else in your to-do list is get right with your mind.
You're absolutely right about that. And you know, I talked to a lot of executives and other people about persuasion and influence, and it's so interesting because you can do all the right things from an external perspective, but if you don't actually deeply, truly believe in what you're selling, it happens to be yourself, then it'll show up in all your micro expressions and all your nonverbals. So it's really good and important to get the inside right.
Right?
Yeah.
You're looking at my non-poker face right now. That is something that I am most certainly working on. And I would say, make sure if you are bootstrapping your own business, that is something you are absolutely passionate about and you love, because it will be the hardest thing you will ever do. And maintaining your faith in that is, the closer you get, the louder that little voice, that self-doubt becomes. And I think that's a big misconception, because they think, oh, you're so successful, you've done this, you've built your dream. That doesn't mean that you still don't have that self-doubt on your shoulder. And that's the one that's going to speak to you about, you're never going to have the wealth you need. You're never going to be able to afford what you want. And it's an absolute lie. You just have to stay very diligent about it.
Absolutely. There's two things that have been extremely helpful for me. I learned them the hard way, but one was absolutely drowning myself in other people's faith. So whether it's YouTube videos or podcasts, but like listening to other people's voice and reading other people's material about faith all day, every day,
So
like, even in the
true,
background.
right?
It's so helpful.
So
The other thing that's been very helpful for me is just like contemplating the abundant universe, like the sand on the beach, the stars in the sky, all these things that we have that are infinite in abundance that we don't necessarily have to possess to enjoy. That's been really helpful for me too.
It's interesting too when you really reflect on what it is that you need versus what it is that you want. And I think so many times people get caught up in thinking, oh, I don't have this, and I haven't manifested all this wealth in my life. Well, look around. What do you have that's really, truly important? And you can have a wealth in social capital, a wealth in relationships, and those are the things that are really, truly important. And when you learn to accept and appreciate and be humble for what you have, that's what you are going to receive.
Right. I remember we used to, when we knew we were not in the flow sometimes in entrepreneurship, and I've had multiple people I've worked with over the years and stuff. And I remember this one partner I had, his name was Trevor, and I remember we'd get kind of in a stuck thing, and no deals were coming in, if you'd say, and we were like, we're not in the flow, so we go, forget work today, we got to go have fun, because if we're not in that vibration and enjoying it, nothing flows.
Such a good point,
right?
Erin. It's everything. And my dad was in sales for a while, and my sister and brother are both in sales now. And one of the first things that he said to all of us essentially was like, listen, there are going to be days when you're hot. Stay out in the field, sell all day, never go home. And he said there's going to be days where you're cold, where you can't sell anything, you can't make anything happen. On those days, go home, take a nap, go to the beach, do something else, but take your mind off of work.
Right, let it go. So I think that not attaching to the outcome for sure, getting your mind in right mind, which means you have to go within for that, or get inspiration from wherever it is to get inspired. So just knowing that faith that's the whole thing. Our businesses are developing our spiritual practice, so that's what's so cool about it. It's like an advanced class of life, taking on entrepreneurship. It's an advanced course. It's not an easy course, right?
Absolutely. That's why I had that song turned up again. You want to have high hopes for a living if you're going to make it, especially in this town.
And your faith doesn't have to only be about the future. In fact, it shouldn't. It should be about the now, that it's all happening now. That's also been very helpful for me.
Amen.
Amen.
So knowing your birthright is prosperity, and we're here to claim it with you. So let us know again what you are struggling with. We want to know, because whatever you're struggling with, many people are struggling with, and we have definitely been there, no question, and we're still there. So stay tuned. We're going to take a break and get into some stories about their struggles, how they overcame it, how they use their attitude, their mental abilities, and collaborating. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I've never struggled with it.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today I have my favorite girl,
Jez Moyer, co-host and producer of Good Morning LALALAND, America's first live streaming daily talk show.
Yes, so last week on the Focus TV Network, we had the Renwood Show
featuring Belgium Hatchet.
Yes, we had on #Harry and Kelly,
Tara Erickson, and that girl is on fire. Hilarious.
We had the Alyssa Goodman Show
with Dana James.
Ooh. And we had Good Morning LALALAND, Miss Jez Moyer, who was on that show.
On Good Morning LALALAND, we were featuring Shannon Kay. She is an incredible songstress and recording artist.
Amazing.
We love her. She's got a great new hit single. Burt Ward, the gentle giant himself. He is the OG Robin from Batman and Robin, Adam West Virgin, and now he has created this incredible dog food company.
So cool.
We also had Roger Neal the second. He's a recording artist. He had an incredible show at Huntington Beach, and we had him on our show to tell us all about it.
That boy can really dance.
And sing. I was proud to feature on the show Dr. Lakey and Dr. Daniel Porter.
Woo!
Woo! They have played an incredible part in my personal healing and brought to life so many of the dreams and visions of the people of Beverly Hills at their plastic surgery center. And Dan Holtz, the co-founder of the Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center, was here. He was talking stem cells, hormones, and thyroid to really live your most beautiful life from the inside out. And we also had Brittany Zoniger here with her show Purpose. Incredible. She had Mike Hill, creator of Acro Yoga, with Andrew Seeley, and they were doing acro literally here on the couch. I think I saw you up here flying.
I attempted it.
Keyword attempted. But you did it oh so gracefully.
Thank you. Are you going to try it when he's here next?
Absolutely.
Yes,
not.
we're going to see some footage of that.
But I will show you my new show called Startup Studios. It's featuring some of LA's hottest entrepreneurs.
Awesome.
And we had some fun filming here on our 32 other talk shows. Let's take a look.
You got this, girl. Here we go.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me laugh.
That was a good practice run, though.
It was a practice run, a little slow on the uptake. Let's.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets. No, hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over?
I'm Wendy Brokaw. I'm Paula Marshall. By the way, this is politics, okay? This is not ticks. I hated it. Let's do it one more time.
Well, that's why I created Just a Thought meditation recordings, so that you can meditate in your sleep. Pause it there. Can you edit it in?
Being new in town, it gives me a perspective on, oh shit, no, that was wrong.
No, can we start all over? That's too much talking.
No, I'm an actress. I mean, you've seen me. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's like so hard. It's so hard.
That was so hard.
Once you go chocolate, you don't want to stop it.
Oh, God.
I'll stop.
Let's do it one more time.
Bitching,
didn't work.
complaining.
Let me do it one more time.
We're gonna do it one more time.
Ready? And action.
Do I just talk again?
If you are vegan, you get a vegan broth. Jesus, guys. Fuck. I'm blah, blah.
I wish my boobs looked like yours. Where are they?
Andy, did I make it fun yet?
Thank you. It's no longer a golden secret. We're done.
Thanks so much for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone.
And I'm Jessie Moyer. Live in Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LALALAND. We are on hashtag Wealth Wednesday, and the co-founders of the new startup Honeybee Health are in the house. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So tell us, what is Honeybee?
You know, it's really a way for consumers to have access to medications at prices that should have existed a long time ago. And we wanted to create an online pharmacy where people can go and shop for their medications their way without having to worry about insurance restrictions.
So no insurance, no restriction, delivery prescriptions.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah. So for a small membership fee, you get access to wholesale pricing, and you get access to pharmacists and whatever you need, basically, concierge service.
So I'm wondering, what happened in your life that you recognized a need for this service? Was there a moment?
Yeah.
I think, well, for us, Jessica and I, we've worked in retail pharmacy and independent pharmacy for a long time. And when you work in that environment, you talk to a lot of folks, and that's how we built our business up. And we recognize the problem when you hear it over and over again. People complaining about their co-pays, complaining about the fact that they have to wait in line at another pharmacy or have to come back just for an antibiotic. So it was part of our understanding and our ability to kind of see that patients really need access, and they were getting an unfair deal even though they had insurance. So
and for me as a pharmacist, it's really sad to see people coming to the pharmacy needing the medication and not walking out with it because of money.
Does that happen a lot?
It happens all the time. And so that's how we that we came up with the concept for Honeybee. We thought, why don't we just even the playing field and make it fair for everybody? And just be like the first really honest pharmacy and say, hey, this is what things really cost, and let's give that to the patients.
Wow, that's interesting.
What's the greatest hurdle to making this a reality? Greatest hurdle for you guys?
I think in the beginning, it's just that folks are so used to going to their pharmacy, whether they were happy or not, they just kept going. I mean, we've heard stories of, just the most unhappiest customers or patients going to a pharmacy over and over and complaining every time, but
just because they think that's their only choice.
That's their only choice. That's the only way that they can go because, that's their copay, that's their insurance, that's how they get their medications. And so just having people know that there's other options, there's more ways to get access to affordable medication rather than just, doing what you've been doing this whole time.
Just getting the word out.
So going a little, deep, as I like to say a lot. I'm someone who I love holistic and preventative, and there's a time and a place for Western medicine for sure. And there are prescriptions that we definitely need, and some that are being very, very abused.
Yes.
How are you guys dealing with that? How are you dealing with just people just getting the prescription and getting it delivered to their house of something that is being overprescribed or whatever? Is there any regulation?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So Peter and I decided at the beginning of Honeybee that we would not do any control medication. So we don't do anything that can be addictive or abused.
Amazing.
And the only things that we dispense are generic non-control medication, so things like for diabetes, high blood pressure, and
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank
you. Guys.
You.
It means the world to me because I go like, oh, and it's one of those pharmaceuticals, like, oh, but that's amazing. That's so great.
It's interesting for our industry too, is that when we started this concept, people thought we were kind of nuts not to do that because unfortunately, a lot of the traffic that pharmacies get is folks coming in there for narcotics and for medications that they probably shouldn't be taking so much of. But we believe that there's alternative ways, there's better ways, and it starts with trust, it starts with communication, and hopefully what we want to do with Honeybee is to accomplish being able to help people get off some of these meds. And it sounds kind of crazy for a pharmacy to say we don't want you really to be on a lot of medications, but that is our goal because you shouldn't have to be on meds that you don't have to be on.
Right.
And it's a journey for us, and we're happy to kind of start it right now.
That's so sweet. No pun intended. I love it, you guys. It's amazing. So how can people work with you? How can they find you? And I think this is a great service for people that are, there's people that truly need pharmaceuticals. They need prescriptions. Yeah.
I think the easiest way is to check out our website, which is www.honeybeehealth.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Honeybee Health. And that's probably the best way for us to just check out our site. You don't have to be a member to search your medications. One of our core values is transparency. We want to show people that the cost of medications, most medications, is very little. So we definitely want people to just check out the site, compare what you're paying, and even if you're not a member, just use us. When you're in line at the store, just check us out.
Love it.
Thanks for all your hard work and helping people out. You make a difference. There's people that a little bit of money goes a long way in people's lives. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your morning with us. Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning La La Land. Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It is about to get hot in here. Kelly Russo is here guiding us through the ALS Hot Pepper Challenge.
Yes, I'm so sorry, but this is going to be fun. It's for a good cause. So first, you pick a hot pepper of your choice. Then you eat it on camera. Honestly, this is, this is an underfunded disease. With money, we can cure it. We're doing this, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh, it's hot.
No, it's getting bad.
It's getting bad.
Make your donations. We're challenging you, La La Land, to give back to ALS. Stay tuned tomorrow for more #Friday Feels. We're America's first live streaming daily talk show. It's been a Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are celebrating #Wealth Wednesday in house today. We've got Ms. Annalyn McCord and an angel himself, Mr. Matt Thompson. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
We had the honor of going to one of the Tech Post Angel events, and it was truly one of the most inspiring things I've done in Los Angeles. I feel like I'm in entrepreneur night school.
The Tech Post Angels is sort of like Shark Tank. We'll have a big auditorium, and then the entrepreneur will go up on stage and pitch their idea for 10 minutes. And then at the end of that, we'll decide, do we put in $500,000 or do we show them to the door?
Mm-hmm. So I've got a few ideas.
Yeah. Good timing.
We're really at the very beginning of a huge tidal wave, I believe, in the startup and angel funding.
It's huge. Hulu and Netflix and Maker Studios and Full Screen and all these great...
Focus TV.
Focus
right?
TV.
I'll tell you guys that I am a huge fan of the show. And I think that you're by far the best looking, most beautiful morning show I have ever seen. I mean, you're gorgeous. And seriously, I mean, the impeccable dress.
Right.
You guys are, and it's such an intelligent show. It's a show that inspires others, and I love your conversation, manifesting, making people feel good. It's really inspirational, and I'm really excited to see everything that happens with this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to
Thank
echo
you.
Kevin's thoughts as well, because it is wonderful to see such positivity on TV. And like you were saying, relationships, it's your circle of influence, that starts your day off right, that, influences everything that you do. So I absolutely love the content, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. On this Wealth Wednesday, we know that true wealth begins with health. And so we're so honored to have David Johnson, who is the founder and CEO of Genexa, who is pioneering clean medicine movement in Beverly Hills. Tell us about this.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. You are a man on a mission. What is it?
We are, and I have to say that my partner is part of this as well. And the mission was really 3 years ago. We noticed that there's such a growth in organic and non-GMO and healthier care. And myself, I'm kind of that nuts and seeds type of boy that comes from a nuts and seeds household, born to two naturopathic practitioners, and I've always really cared about health and was raised knowing a lot about health and how you treat symptoms and things like that. But what I noticed is that, and what we both noticed is that when you look at a common medication that's on shelf, there's so many synthetics and binders and things like that in the delivery systems, and we said to ourselves, it's the majority of the bottle, it's the majority of the package. Let's go after and let's remove all of those synthetics, replace them with healthier product, which makes up 90 to 95% of the whole thing, and then give a healthier option to deliver, because people and moms particularly, they kind of run the household and run healthcare and run those decisions for the family, and they're looking for healthier options. They're looking to be able to look at a drug fact and actually understand what they're putting in their kid.
So you're saying, so say my kid has a cold, and I'm like, I want to give them because they're so sick, they need a little bit of alleviation for sleeping or something like that, but I'm going to find one that I can find with you maybe around something like that that's not
100%.
has all the crap in it.
With all the junk, but it's the same active ingredient, so basically the same when you take medicine, you're taking it for the medicinal purpose, right? You're not taking it for
the colors and the
that comes
dyes
along with
and
it, right?
yeah.
So we focus on removing everything that comes along with it.
Makes sense.
And delivering it.
So Tell us a little bit, during the break, we spoke for a minute about your lifestyle around being an entrepreneur and dad, and how you used to be on the phone all the time and how you manage that now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I will say, you know, I've had a lot of challenges, you know, getting started, but one of the biggest for me is time with family, and it's, at the end of the day, it's the most important thing. You know, when you're in the hospital, you know, hospital room, and you have a kid, and then 2 years later you see that kid's 2, and then the other one's 5, and you've missed so much of, you know, the good times with them. I would come home, they would be sleeping, I'd wake up, they'd be sleeping, and you know, there was never any time with them besides, you know, sometime on the weekends. So what I try to do religiously is, as soon as I get home, phone's off, doesn't come back on until I actually get to work. So there's just, you know, 100% with them. No outside world, no TV, nothing, and it's just spending time with them.
And have you found that unplugging not only benefits the family, but it benefits your business?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How does it benefit your business?
I think when you're not unplugged, you can create extra worry, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've always said to my wife, well, I have to deal with this now because it's crucial, right? But it's not, right?
Yeah.
What
do you mean?
You know, it's like. She's like, how's that crucial? Right?
Yeah.
You know, what's happening? The company's being shut down? No, the company's not being shut down, but, you know, and then you look at what you're saying is crucial, and it really is something that can be responded to later. It's just the whole mentality of, like, you get, you know, 500 emails, and it's like, they don't have to be responded to right away.
Absolutely.
Amen, right?
No, it's so true, but then is there something you can do to create that expectation that you will respond without then somebody putting in the call, sending you the text, hey, I sent you this email, let me follow up with you again? I mean, is there a way that you've handled that without being inundated?
You know, I think it's about also building a team around you, right? Because if you build the team and you can start to trust in your team, you know, we've built just a remarkable group around us that really, you know, kind of takes the lead. And, you know, in our company we have a fail fast, pivot quick, right, type of mentality. So I don't care if they fail. You know, in a lot of companies, it's like, if you fail, you're fired, right? It's not our mentality. Even if it's to the tune of, you know, a significant amount of money, we really are about, you know, doing what you can do, because then you empower people to run, and that's really what we thrive for in the company. And you know, I don't, in terms of emails, there's no doubt you look for the important ones.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
and you try to respond. You know, you try to respond to the important ones. I mean, for us, you know, our customers are the most important. So if there's something from a customer, or if, you know, there is something that has to do with, you know, it is important, and I think it's, you know, of utmost importance, we'll get an immediate response.
So where can people find the medicines, the clean medicine movement?
So we and we're currently in about 40,000 stores throughout the country.
40,000
wow.
stores.
So,
wow, okay. So anywhere from CVS to Sprouts to, we have a Whole Foods launch coming up.
Congratulations.
So we're really trying to drive that movement of healthier needs to be there, and cleaner's the...
Clearly the world's ready for
Thank
this.
you.
Clearly the moms definitely want this in their lives, for sure. So
Our
thank you
moms
so much
our
for all that.
best.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, you guys, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets, a completely, no, hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over? Today's guest is the founder and CEO of Viva Glam magazine, hang on a second. Today's guest is an 8-time stand-up paddleboard, hang on a second, I'm sorry. The heavyweight, the UFC middleweight, I totally fucked that up. Hang on a second. Today's guest is a medical doctor who utilizes the, why am I? Motivational, I fucked up, hang on a second. Oh shit, really? Damn it, Andy.
She's like, I like the black. Most women do.
I hope you're filming. Were you recording?
She's like this.
Oh, thank God. I actually hope that you're filming.
I'll stop. I'll stop.
Those would be good actually for promotion. I know. Wait, I'm just getting started. Yes, a golden secret. It's no longer a golden secret.
Welcome back to Good Morning LALALAND. I am so excited to introduce the co-founders of Day, Willis and Erin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You know,
and
mentioning
so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you've got an incredible holistic approach to health and wellness. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So DEO is an acronym for Defying All Odds. We are a plant-based unisex company, beauty and wellness company that creates hair products that are plant-based. They're unisex, they're for all ages, all genders, all hair types, and we're really trying to have a vision for how we can heal people through products, through wellness, through teaching, and it's been a beautiful journey so far.
I love this unisex. That's
Yes,
awesome.
totally.
That's not something new I've ever heard.
Totally.
And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what? And men use all kinds of products. Like, let's not, so that's no secret. The secret's out. So we want to hear your personal story and journey, how you got here. We love to hear personal, like what struggles you've been through, because people bond for the products through what's this background for the company.
Yeah, I guess I can start.
Sure,
you can
go
kind of
ahead.
tag along,
Totally.
but you know, I always like to tell my own personal story about how about 10 years ago, when I first moved to New York City, I used to work in fashion and retail, and I landed my first big full-time job. And I had just done the big chop. I was wearing my hair in a natural curly afro, as you see today.
And it's gorgeous.
But I didn't always love it. And you know, at the time, it was new, and I was working a new job. And my manager called me into what I thought would be a regular touch-base meeting, and he in fact told me that my hair was inappropriate for the work environment and violated company policies.
What?
Record stops.
Right. And you know, I was 22 years old. I ended up quitting the job the next day. But this incident really stuck with me for a long time, and I was really insecure about wearing my hair in the work environment naturally. I was really just insecure about who I was generally, because you know, once you have that one incident, it's just, you know, layer upon layer upon layer. And about 2 years ago, I decided to, you know, cut it all off. I had done all the straightening treatments, color treatments, you name it. My hair was not looking like this, and it wasn't growing either. And so, you know, this is when I met Will. And you know, we started mixing products in our bathroom, trying to start a new lifestyle, if you will, of health and wellness and loving ourselves. And you guys were talking about that a lot in the beginning, about the self-love, and that's sort of where it continued.
And we also wanted to focus on hair health. Obviously, I don't have hair, but I have a beautifully but I have a beautifully bald scalp. And bald men and women care about their appearance also. So the one thing I felt like was the common denominator was hair health. It started with the follicles. I have a clean scalp. I don't have razor bumps. I don't have discoloration. But that all goes to what you apply on after you shave. Conversely, if you have a hair full of hair like you guys do, your hair should grow a lot more effective if your follicles are healthy. So we focused on hair health with our product, but what that led us to was the fact that it was for everyone. We felt like God put all the plants on this earth for everyone anyway. It was just about the right ingredients. And we felt like we got that combination down. So our product is genderless. Doesn't matter what color you are. It's for hair and scalps, period. Again, our product name is DEO, to defy all odds for a reason.
Right. And just to like build a little bit on that, you know, as we created the products, we also knew that there was more than just products that contributed to my healthy head of hair or his healthy scalp. You know, it's about the mindfulness, it's about, you know, the meditation, the intentions, taking care of yourself. It's about eating properly. I stopped eating meat. You know, we stopped, you know, partying, drinking as much. You know, and doing things. All these things contribute to beautiful skin, beautiful hair. So we like to talk to people about this when we sell our products, because we don't want to give you products and say, girl, this is gonna fix everything, you know, because it's not. You know, you really have to do the whole
mind, body, hair. Mind, body, hair.
The results you want.
I truly believe that, you know, we're divine, unique divine expressions, and nothing greater than seeing someone that is like, this is who I am, and I'm no longer in the mold of whatever anyone's told me, and it's just so inspiring. And I think your hair is freaking gorgeous.
Yes. And for once, I love it too.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story and being so vulnerable about it.
How can people find the products?
So you can find us at DAO Detroit. That's DAO Detroit on Instagram and Facebook. DAODetroit.com is our website. Again, take a look at us. We're for everyone. You no longer have to buy 10 products at the store for in your household. We have a product that suits everyone, but it actually works because again, it promotes hair health. So it's like a multivitamin for your hair. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to enhance you.
I love that.
Totally.
Beautiful story. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to announce
that Good Morning La La Land is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right. You can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land. Welcome back. We are live from Los Angeles with Good Morning La La Land and Tanya Bank, Little Women LA star. New season is airing on Lifetime. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
It is certainly something to celebrate.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It looks like you might have brought a little wine for the occasion.
Yes, I did.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so it's called La Tanya Renee. It's a red blend. And so it has like a high percentage of Merlot, Syrah, and Zinfandel. So it's not really sweet, but it's not bitter and dry. So I kind of brought it in the middle so it'll complement everyone's palate.
So Tony, we want to hear about Little Women LA. Tell us about the premise of it and tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, with Little Women LA, it talks about our lives from our point of view, the struggles that we have to go through, and how we deal with it, how we conquer it, how we deal with bullying, how we deal with confidence, self-esteem, relationships, and just everyday life, how, to accomplish things that everybody do on a normal day. We have to accomplish it, but we just have to do it a different way.
How has being on this reality show changed that for you?
It has helped educate our viewers. Has helped educate the world because our show is around the world, and it even educated my family. Even though I was born, a little person. I'm the only little person in my whole entire family on both sides of my generation, and my sisters, both my parents have passed, but my sisters, they just knew me as Tanya, their sister. They didn't, like, oh, she's little. They were just used to it. So when they showcase how when we have to go shopping or find clothes or shoes or just, even with the driving, how we had to get special equipment, it just really educates people and we're able to answer a lot of questions that people want to ask or people have asked.
Right. So what's the confidence been like? What has been your greatest way of tapping in? Because I think so many people struggle with confidence.
Yes.
And I imagine for you, I'm sure there's bullying and all the stuff you talk about. How did you find that strength? How did you overcome the world of whatever was coming at you?
Actually, my strength came from my parents and church, my relationship with God, and also a young lady, she was in a wheelchair, and she came up to me and she was like, I like your height. And I was like, okay. And what she was saying is, because I was the same height as her in the wheelchair, but the fact that I was able to walk. So then that let me know, Tanya, your leg, you might want to be taller or your legs are short, but at least you're able to walk. So it's always someone who want to be in your place.
So relative. It's so beautiful, and it touches me because, you know, it's just like you're such a beautiful woman, and I think it's so amazing that you guys are bringing this, and I think it's a time in history, of course, like all time, like we're rising together as women, no matter our color, our size, our age, or whatever, and it's just beautiful to see you just going, you know what? This is it. You got these products. You're up to like.
You're just living like a boss.
You're like
clothing line.
She's right. Clothing line.
Because I started off with my clothing line first, the activewear line, because I'm very into exercising and health. Because one, I'm the oldest out of all the girls, and I'm like, I got to stay in shape. I can't let these people show me up, you know. And you know, I was like a tomboy growing up. So, finding athletic wear that was cute and could fit us was difficult. So I decided to make an activewear line where it fits little women and average size women.
Boss Body.
Yes.
Brilliant name.
And
Genius.
Because, you know, they call me Little Boss because I am bossy.
Bossy, you're also a boss. Yeah.
But so I had to live up to my name. So I came up with the activewear line that fits everyone. And my slogan is, bosses come in all sizes, because you could be any size to be a boss. Wow. You know.
Amen.
I love it. Well, we'll have to get you involved also with Boss Babe. Good friends with them, so we'll have to team up on something around that. It'll be so fun. So tell us a little bit more about your wine real quick.
So the wine, it has a little high alcohol volume. It's 16%.
Oh, yeah.
She's not messing around.
It's a California wine. The grapes were from the venue called Longevity up in Livermore, California. And
I love on the label it says built on self-success.
Yeah, because I didn't want to name my wine Boss because, you know, everybody called me Boss. So I said, I'll just put it on there.
Yeah, it's subtle. It's very subtle. Yeah. But we still get the memo.
Yeah, I got you.
I love it. So where can people find your wine and your clothing line?
Well, you can go on my website right now. It's a couple of restaurants that have my wine as their house, but you can go online and order. You can go on my website, www.tanyareneebanks.com, and you can click on the different tabs for wine, activewear, and whatever else I decide to put my fingers on.
Be a boss up.
And of course, we can watch Little Women LA on Lifetime.
You can watch Little Women LA on Lifetime. Actually, tonight episode, we showcase my wine.
Oh,
the
all right.
So please, everybody, watch tonight, 9/8 Central on Lifetime.
Oh, so excited! Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
You got this, girl. Here we go.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me laugh. That was a good practice run, though.
It was a practice run, a little slow on the uptake. Let's.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets. Hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over?
I'm Wendy Brokaw. I'm Paula Marshall. By the way, this is politics, okay? This is not ticks. I hated it. Let's do it one more time.
Well, that's why I created Just a Thought meditation recordings, so that you can meditate in your sleep. Pause it there. Can you edit it in? Being new in town, it gives me a perspective on, oh shit, no, that was wrong. No, can we start all over? That's too much talking.
No, I'm an actress. I mean, you've seen me. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's like so hard. It's so hard.
That was so hard.
Once you go chocolate, you don't want to stop it. I'll stop. I'll stop.
Let's do it one more time.
Bitching,
Didn't work.
complaining,
Let me do it one more time.
We're gonna do it one more time.
Ready? And action.
Do I just talk again?
If you are vegan, you get a vegan broth. You, Jesus, guys, fuck. I'm blah, blah.
I wish my boots looked like yours. Where are they?
It's single issue. Single issue! Single issue!
Andy, did I make it fun yet? Thank you.
It's no longer a golden secret.
We're done!
Change your mindset, change your life. The expert is in the house, Mr. Garrett Jones. Welcome to the show.
I'm so glad you guys have a voice. I mean, you guys have a platform for even a voice like mine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Garrett, it's a guarantee. He says.
Okay,
I love that.
Okay, look,
So,
for anybody that, guarantee, take off the T, that's my
I love it. It's so
There it
good.
is.
So, you have an incredible story. Incredible story, and we want to hear it. So tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming a transformational coach.
How much time I got? First and foremost, I could be here all day. 6.5 and just like really brief, 6.5 years ago, I was living in my car for 2.5 years, over $200,000 in debt. My daughter pretty much disowned me. My girlfriend had just broken up with me because I couldn't get my life together. My mom was dying in the hospital, and I was, you ever ask, can it get any worse? I kept asking that, and it kept getting worse. But it got to the point where I didn't care whether I live or I died, and I literally wanted to kill myself. And it was one of those days where I was just like, ah! And I just started yelling. And I was on the corner of La Brea and Hollywood with my window busted out, and it was raining. It was 3:43 in the morning. August. I caused my moment of awakening, and I just said, I don't want to fight anymore. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be surrounded by nothing but positive people. I just want to inspire people, and I want to make a bunch of money, but I want the money to represent something that I passionately believe in, that I would do for free. Just show me a sign. Show me a sign. A week later, I'm at the gas station with my last $2, and a homeless guy walks up to me asking me for money. I said, you have more money than me. And he said, change your mindset, change your life.
Oh.
He says this.
I never had words, because when we have our childhood programming, and we're habitual creatures by nature, and we carry that out to our grave. Those words literally gave me a conscious interrupt. It stopped every thought I ever had in my tracks. I'm like, change your mindset, change your life. So if my mind is set on something, then that's why the result is what it is. So if I do different with the same circumstance, then my life will change. It's been almost 7 years, and every single day I don't want to do something. I don't feel like working out. I don't want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to do this. In areas where I wasn't happy, I simply did the opposite. And I just kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I built the momentum of surrendering. And inside of that surrender came a life that I always wanted, but I never would have. I never would have known.
What was the first thing that came to fruition when you changed your mindset? What was the first thing that you manifested?
Okay, so first off, this may sound crazy, but that's how life works. I saw a set of stairs. I'm too lazy to take the stairs. So the little angel on my shoulder, change your mindset, change your life. I mean, I'm too lazy to take the stairs. I would always take the escalators. So I would just do that. Books. I would never read a book. I read my first full, it was called The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. But I read my very first book, like when I was 27 years old, full, without like cheating my way through high school. Books, seminars, wearing suits, cutting my hair, actually listening to people, pride and ego, all of that was like roadblocks in my way, but I simply did the opposite. And because I'd already built up a pattern of doing the opposite, it was easy to let go of my pride, easy to let go of my ego. So, you know, the things that I manifested was business, entrepreneurship, being surrounded by people that didn't have the same broke mindset as me, because even a like attracts like. And so when I said yes to the seminar, I'm now around all of these people who are up to something in the world. And just by culture, being around those people, they were speaking language that, just talking about things in the world that I'd never been exposed to growing up.
So important. So that moment for you on La Brea, you said?
La Brea in Hollywood.
La Brea, okay, so I truly believe that we can do such a conviction, you call it spoken word, whatever, where you command with such strong conviction, with such emotion, that it literally reprograms the subconscious mind and literally sends it out to the universe, and it has to be reflected back.
Absolutely.
How do you teach that to somebody you work with?
You know what, it was very interesting. I feel like I've learned everything backwards, because before I went and took all the seminars, before I went and read all the books, it was like, I had this thing called the School of Life, where I just kept learning, not learning, but learning at the same time. I didn't know, I wasn't aware. So I was simply documenting my journey the entire, like if you go on Facebook right now, you'll see me crying because I was sleeping in abandoned buildings, sleeping in my storage unit, sleeping on bubble wrap, crying and say, God, this can't be it, this can't be life. But I documented I don't know why, the entire time. I didn't know that my vulnerability of sharing my own personal testimony would garner hundreds of thousands of people to be like, you're changing life. I was going to kill myself until I heard your story.
Wow.
So by way of personal example and me just being that mouth, the voice of the voiceless on every platform, it doesn't matter, anywhere where there's people, you'll find Garen. And so just by me being the example of what's possible, it automatically drops the guard of so many people who would not be open to anyone else because they don't have a relatability. Just that relatability piece, by me sharing different, this is what I did, this is what I let go, this is what I learned, and this is the result. They're like, wow. Because 75% of communication is nonverbal, and people learn through example.
Well, this is the hero's journey. This is the superhero's journey. This is everything, right?
I'm a superhero, by the way.
That's right. So tell us about how that is. I mean, your story is profound, and yet, as we know, we hear these transformational stories, and there's a common thread through all of them, right? So what is that common thread, do you think?
The common thread is perseverance. Like, me, I've always wanted to be a superhero. By the way, I am. I'm stronger than the average man. I have abs like an action figure, and I save people's lives all over the world, but I've been saying that since I was 4. And then when you see, you know, I've interviewed lots of people who, the major influencers, I call them power influencers, and they have very similar stories. On the surface, it's different. Like, you didn't have to live in your car for 2.5 years to be in a relationship where you felt trapped for 2.5 years. It's all the same, you know. But there's perseverance and there's the willingness to get back up, have that grit, keep going no matter what. Yeah.
So profound, man. Like, I love your story. So the question I have is that, so we have this expression that everybody's an optimist the first 4 hours of a diet, right? So it's like once you're 2-3 weeks in and you're trying to believe something, and you're trying to persevere through something, and you're not seeing your life change, it's a real gut check, because it's like, do I actually believe that it's going to change? Can I continue to kind of maintain that faith? How do you do that? How do you persevere when you don't see things changing at all, or as quickly as you'd like to see them change?
Because you can't see the picture. You can't see the picture while you're in the frame. So exactly. The thing about it was, when I got around people, it was just all had to do with environment, who were up to something in the world. Like Michael Jordan couldn't have won those championships by himself. He had a coach. There was people around him. When I was never exposed to that kind of environment. Like my father was murdered when I was 12 years old, and I had to experience that myself in person. So that's the kind of life that shaped and cultivated me. So I didn't know anything outside of the hood. But when I was around people who were like light bearers, world changers, and who actually was like, they weren't just saying, I want to change the planet. I'm changing the planet. This is what I'm doing. This is the result. This is the book that I'm reading. These are the seminars that I took. So just being around that environment, it was like a form of language. And I'll tell you really quick, the greatest way to learn, if you want to learn French, is not at Coffee Bean doing Rosetta Stone. Go to France, eat a baguette, be around the French people, be around the culture. So when I was in that culture, by default, I just started shifting and compressing time frames.
It's contagious. Faith is contagious.
So well said.
Yeah.
So well. So who are your mentors? You went through this transformation.
Yeah.
The home guy comes up, says, change your mind, change your life. What do you do? Where did you go? Who were your actual mentors? You went to Landmark and some different seminars.
Yeah. So I mean, I went all the way through Landmark. I went all the way through Insight. Just got involved with the health and fitness community. All they were talking about was you can be a better version of yourself. Read this book. I read The Power of Positive Thinking over 275 times, literally, from the paperback and the audiobook. So I just kept learning. And the thing about it is, and this is what I really want people to get, they think that they have to ask a mentor a question to get the thing. But success leaves clues. And so I was just observing. I've got like 20 mentors. I never even spoke to them before, but I see the way they shake hands. I see the way they walk. I see the way people respond to them. And I'm just like, well, I don't do that. I have an attitude. They don't have an attitude. This person cut them off in the road, and they were just like, wow, I had that passionate person on my team. So I just really start looking at people's behaviors, and I look at the life, and I'm like, wow, you do this. I want this. You do this in a certain way, and I don't. So guess what I'm gonna do? Humble myself. I'm gonna be the student to what you're clearly showing the planet. So there's many people, there's like Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, none of them know, they have no idea who I am, yet. But all of, anybody that's doing something and with passion, resilience, and desire, they're all my mentors. I didn't have a relationship with my daughter for 15 years, and now we're madly in love with each other. By the way, I'm 39. But now we're madly in love with each other. Their mentors were all the moms that I never chose to acknowledge and see that right in front of my face, who have incredible relationships, and the fathers who have incredible relationships with their children. I was like, oh, this is my study right here. This is my school right here. And I never thought to ask. And really quick, I couldn't seem to crack that code with me and my daughter. And so I asked women, I'm like, well, what do women want? They're like, we want to be heard, acknowledged, we want to feel safe and protected. I was like, I've never done that in my life. I gave that to my daughter. I gave that to my daughter, and I went from this person that was sappy, hope she'll see that I changed, to I am the most powerful representation of who she will marry one day. And from that place, she was falling asleep on my shoulder last night while we were watching movies. We were doing Snapchats.
That's beautiful.
We were going, boop, 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 boop. And I'm that guy.
How does it feel to be that guy?
I used to think that having all the cars, the luxury cars, having all the women, having all the money, the houses, all that stuff. I got all that stuff, and I was like, something is missing. That ain't it, because I seen a bunch of rich people put a bullet into their brain because they had everything but what was inside of their heart. And now finally, just having that relationship with my daughter, she's given me a whole new perspective on women. I never even knew that. Because I always saw women through my dad's eyes. But now the standard that she holds me to is, I'm like, holy crap, wow, it's like a whole new set of goggles. But that feeling, that she was here to, I was here to teach her something, and she was here to teach me something, is one of the, by far, the greatest successes I've ever had in my entire life.
Well, Erin, you have the most charisma. That, I mean, you have the it factor. You have that thing that people wish they could put in a bottle and purchase. So I just want to say, keep doing whatever the hell you're doing, because it's working for you, for sure. And we are blessed to have you today. And thank you so much for your incredibly inspirational story. Wonderful.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for having the heart to create a space for voices like mine, because a lot of people, they're afraid to share their real story. Yeah. And their real story is where the real gold and the real success is. Thank you for having me on.
How can people work with you? How can they find you?
You can find me on my website, GarenJones.com, G-A-R-R-A-I-N, Jones.com, Instagram, Garen.Jones, Facebook, and my book is coming out.
Woo!
It's called Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life.
Wow, there you go. You find a homeless man on La Brea and give him a copy of that book.
I went back to that place, but I honestly feel like that was an angel to stop me in my tracks so that I could be calm and see everything that I was looking for had been inside of me this entire time. But my book, Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life, is all the principles, and it's all about unblocking, unreleasing, finding out why you don't have money in your life, finding out why you don't have love in your life, finding out why you have money but you can't relate to your family. It's everything that I've learned inside of this book, and I guarantee you it will bring value to this entire planet.
Guarantee.
Guaranteed.
Thank you. You are absolute gold. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to announce
that Good Morning La La Land is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right. You can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome back to Wealth Wednesday, and we have a wealth of guests right here. So we want to hear real quick, we're out of time, but we want to know, what is your one word for your intention of the day? Let's do it. It's like a game show right now.
Amplified completion.
Woo! Woo!
Gratitude.
Stay thankful.
Oh.
Laugh.
Creativity.
Overachieve.
Seeking to understand.
So beautiful. I'm so certain that your birthright is full of prosperity, you guys. So claim it today. Your health, your relationships, and of course, the relationship with them. Have a great day.
We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Catch all of these interviews as a podcast now available on iTunes. It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land.
We're breaking up the world together. Please